everyone. Welcome to the Leader's Edge, your path to personal and leadership growth. I'm your host, Steve Steele, alongside my co-host and partner in leadership, Ernie Dacumos. As certified speakers, coaches, and corporate facilitators, we're dedicated to bringing you powerful principles to fuel your leadership journey and personal growth. Now, whether you're an entrepreneur just starting out, a new leader taking the reins, or a seasoned pro looking to refine your skills, this show is for you. We'll be diving deep into personal growth strategies to help you strengthen your mindset and your leadership abilities. But before we jump in, a huge shout out to all of our amazing listeners. Thank you so much for joining us each and every week. We wouldn't be here without your amazing and incredible support. Now, let's get down to business and help you unlock your full potential. Ernalita, my beautiful partner, how are you today?
Hi, partner. I got a beautiful today. Okay, fine. Good morning, handsome partner. How are you doing today?
I'm good. I'm so excited about our guest today. I absolutely love this guy. And he's got an amazing, just an amazing mind, the way his mind works. And
Yes.
so much leadership qualities that he has. So I'm excited to hear this. Why don't you share with us and tell us a little bit about him?
It would be my great pleasure, as I think I say that every week. But this one is a very close friend of ours, and we are blessed to call him a friend. Our guest, he is not a stranger to the Leader's Edge. This is his second appearance, actually. So our guest is a physician and independent executive director, certified speaker, coach, and trainer with the Maxwell Leadership Certified Team, renowned for simplifying complex ideas into actionable insights. He empowers leaders in business, education, healthcare, nonprofits, and beyond through his impactful coaching and leadership development programs. He is a prolific author with 12 influential books. Yes, 12 influential books, including 4 Keys for Effective Leadership, the Area Code, Unveiling the Essence of Servant Leadership, Understanding Your Gift 2.0, Live Life Big, Don't Leave Your Dream, Live Your Dream, The Mentorship Advantage, Why Mentorship Matters, and the book that we will be talking about today, Lead Yourself, Unlocking Your Power with Personal Leadership. He has earned numerous content-based certifications from the Maxwell Leadership Program, derived from the #1 leadership authority in the world, Dr. John C. Maxwell. And those are certified team member, executive director, and corporate facilitator, bringing a greater depth of proven leadership content to his training workshops. Lastly, he is also leading the LAMP Global community. He hosts quarterly virtual global leadership conferences through initiatives like Women in Leadership League, Pearl, Parents Empowered Academy for Right Leadership, Yes, Youth Empowerment Society, and TBN, the Berrien Network, in collaboration with 25 dynamic leaders. And we are proud to say that we are actually part of those 25.
Yes.
He believes that true fulfillment lies in uplifting others and creating meaningful change, continually inspiring individuals to unlock their full potential. He offers practical strategies for today's challenges. With all this amazing bio, please help me welcome to the stage Dr. Michael KoKu.
Yeah, there he is, brother.
I want to be like you when I grow up.
Wow.
Oh, I tell you, brother, Ernie, you about ran out of breath.
Thank
with all
you.
That. That was amazing.
Oh, wow.
Dr.
There's no
KoKu.
place like this place, near this place. I'm so glad to be here. Thank you guys for having me. I'm good. It's so good
excited
to be back. Yeah, let's go.
Yes.
Let's go.
Yeah, we're so excited, Dr. KoKu. You have accomplished so many things, but your latest accomplishment is what we're going to talk about today. We've entitled this show, Dr. KoKu, Leading Your Most Important Person, You, which titles the book, Lead Yourself. So we're going to talk about that. We picked out, now there's 12 different chapters in this book. We're only going to talk about 3 of them today. But I understand, Dr. KoKu, that the book is an acronym in itself. Can you kind of dive in and share what the acronym is, but then we'll dive into specific
the pillars.
The pillars. Yeah, the pillars.
Wow. Yeah. So thank you so much. Just this book is to me is not just a book. It's a life. Yeah. It's a life. Because when you talk about lead yourself, it's a bold statement. And I've been really working on this book for a long time, and I just want a framework that anyone in the world can really relate with. Because personal leadership is the foundation of all leadership.
Mhm.
John, the father of modern leadership, says, the hardest person for him to lead is John.
Yeah.
Yes.
So,
Yeah. Yeah.
and I believe we all can relate with that. It's easy to tell people, to do stuff, but when it comes to leadership, personal leadership is the foundation. So when you know how to lead, leading others is just a byproduct of leading yourself. So,
Mhm.
and this is something I believe everyone should have a copy of this book. In fact, I just finished the podcast last month, and it's just came out yesterday. Someone said after he watched the podcast, he went to buy the book. I
Yeah.
said, what changed your mind? Because I told you about the book before. He said, after watching that podcast, I have no choice but to get the book.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
So this is an acronym, and the acronym is leadership. And I want you to know that when you look at this is what we call the pillars. Pillars, the 10 pillars,
Mhm.
for personal leadership. And these are transformational, pillars. And the first one is L, learn continuously.
Mhm.
That's the foundation. Learning continuously. Learning doesn't just end when you graduate. That's when it starts.
Yes.
And the E, second alphabet is E, exercise self-discipline. So exercise self-discipline. And the next alphabet is A, act with accountability. I know you'll be talking about that one today. And the
Yes.
next one is D, the one that Coach Annie really loved, demonstrate emotional intelligence. And the next one,
Yes.
E, embrace purpose and passion. Embrace purpose and passion. And the next alphabet we have is R, reflect and realign regularly.
Mhm.
So it's all about reflection and realign so that you can stay in line with your values until you deliver your vision. And the next one is X, set clear and stretching goals. Not just clarity, but something that will stretch you, that you would know that when you fulfill the goal, it's not about the result, it's all about what you become.
Hmm.
And the next one is H, harness your inner motivation. And we got two more. And so I is inspire yourself first. And the last one is P, persevere through challenges. So these are the 10 pillars
Mm,
of
beautiful.
Mm.
personal leadership. Yeah.
So
Love that.
10 pillars, Dr. KoKu. To our listeners and also audience, obviously, this is a live radio show on YouTube. We're only tackling 3 out of the 10, but
Mhm.
each and every pillar is imperative in leading ourselves first in order for us to lead others. It- Dr. Kuku, I think I only have 3 chapters left and I'm almost done with the book. So I was just bragging to Mr. Steele about it earlier. But as I mentioned, we're only touching 3 today because of time. Now, act of accountability as one of the pillars, and we picked this because this is what you love about Steve and I.
Hmm.
Accountability.
Yeah.
I think I would like to tackle and start with what you said on the book. You said accountability creates responsibility.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Can you please expand on that?
Well, actually, I didn't. I'm not the one that said it. I was quoting Steve Covey.
Oh
Ah,
yes.
Stephen
Yeah,
Covey. Yes.
Yes, I
yeah,
have the book.
really, because I have to admit this. So,
Yes,
before
yes,
I
yes,
get
we don't
sued,
want to
because someone said,
plagiarism.
"Oh, you didn't say that." I know Steve Covey, yeah, because we are in the world of fact checkers, So
Yeah.
we're gonna put out the fact. So Steve Covey actually said that accountability breeds responsibility, and the thing about accountability is that is the only one word that differentiates a leaders that make impact and the leaders that has position.
Mm.
You see, when you have position, that's all you have. But when you make impact,
Mm.
you have everything. But all you have is position, that's all you have. You have one thing out of everything.
Yeah.
So that's why when you are accountable, you become responsible. Accountability is all about taking ownership. Harry
Mm.
Truman, one of the great presidents America has, is he always have something on his desk that the buck stops here. You don't make
Yes.
no excuse. You don't point no
Right.
fingers. You take ownership. And I believe this is very, very important because a leader can either make two things. You can either make excuse or make a difference. So you
Mm.
can make both. So you have to make up your mind to be able to account. So acting with accountability is very, very important for a leader. And you can lead others if you don't act with accountability. And that's so important because when leaders doesn't account, they don't amount.
Oh,
Yeah,
when
I
a
agree.
leader doesn't account, they do not amount.
Amount. I love that.
Yeah,
That is so
yeah,
cool. That is so cool.
We're
And
gonna
you're
have 10 million mic drops today.
yeah.
So
That was that's absolutely beautiful. Dr. Kuku, and you were so right about the Harry Truman example because Harry Truman, our president at that time, had to make the
yeah,
decision to drop the atom bomb, right? And
correct.
it was so many uh oh my gosh, just a very difficult decision to make because it changed the world when it happened.
Yeah,
But he had to do that, and he had to act, and he held himself accountable to that. That's why
yeah,
he said the buck stops here, and it's
yeah,
absolutely right. And I think that's
yeah.
absolutely beautiful. So, Dr. Cook, how can one really act with accountability and grow in their
Mm.
personal leadership?
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah. Now, when we talk about acting with accountability, it's not about perfection. That's the first thing that is very important to know. Acting with accountability is not about being perfect. It's all about taking action in line with your conviction.
mm.
You see, when a leader lack conviction, a leader becomes a convict.
Oh, boom! There's another one.
Yeah, yeah. A
We're gonna
leader
have to come
must
back.
be a person of conviction. You have to be convinced. Now, watch this. You don't have to be certain about everything as a leader, but you have to be convinced because conviction brings clarity. And the Stanley said
Yes.
to be unkind, to be unclear is to be unkind. So that's what accountability is all about. It is acting in direction of your conviction. So
Mm.
the first thing to know is that you don't have to be perfect. You don't have to have all the answer. You got me? You don't have to have. You see, most of the time when people think about leadership, they think a leader is someone that knows it all, I've seen it all. No, there's no such thing as an all-round leader.
Mhm.
Yeah. It definitely
There's-
agree.
yeah,
Ash,
yeah. And there's such
there's
thing as an all-round team. That's why a leader needs others on the
Mhm.
team. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. You want to say
Exactly.
something, Koshani? Yeah.
Yes, actually, I have a comment on your when a leader does not have conviction, they become a convict. Io said, "Nice, Michael Koku."
I mean, it was brilliant. Another mic
It was
drop. It's
very
just
brilliant.
crazy. It really
Yeah.
was. It really was.
Yeah.
That's great.
So
Yeah.
I love Dr. Koku, and you are well known when it comes to doing acronyms, and you
Yeah.
do
Yeah.
have an acronym that was shared on the book, which is TRAIN, and it's about the power of intentional accountability. Can you
Mhm.
please explain what TRAIN stands for?
Yeah, thank you so much for sharing that. Now, in this book, talking about all the pillars, I begin from sharing my own stories.
Yes.
And I set up when we talk about act with accountability, I'm talking about lead yourself. So I have to be a model of what I'm
Mm-hmm.
sharing in this book. So
Mm-hmm.
one of the accountability system that I set for my life is my reading habits. So train means the reading addict inspired nation.
Mm.
So it's a community of addicted readers. people that are addicted to learning. Because one thing about learning is learning does not stop when you leave school, because the universe itself is a university.
Oh, nice. Another mic drop. The
Another
universe
one.
is a
Another one.
university.
Universe is a university. So when you leave school, that is a formal university. So the university of life requires lifetime commitment to learning. So the commitment to learning is what makes you a lifelong learner. Every leader has to be a learner. You have to keep on learning, because learning has three phases: learning, unlearning, and relearning. So I set up that accountability group because there was a time I had the momentum for learning. At the point I lost it. So I began to struggle with reading. I would take a book for many weeks, many months. I won't read the book until I have what I call a Baba experience, a barbershop experience. So my barber saw the book with me twice a month, and he would ask me, "It's from Vietnam. I used to read in this book." And at the point I was embarrassed. I decided to keep him quiet. So what did I do? I took a new book with me, so the barber can be quiet. And the Baba became quiet. Something came alive. That was my conscience. And I said, no, 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 no. I can't live this way again. I began to look for the best system to read. So in looking around for best system of reading, I learned from one great leader, Craig Rochelle. He was sharing a system. I love system because you don't rise to the level of your goals. You fall to the level of your system.
Yes.
And
Yes.
yeah. So from him, I learned this system. So I was able to take it to another level, and I created the SOAR acronym. So from there, I begin to read. I can tell you that today I read every day 11 books.
Yes.
So once I finish reading my any of those 11 books, I will go to train. So we have a WhatsApp group. In that train, I'm going to report myself. I just finished reading so books, and I'm replacing it with this. So that's what training is all about. It's an accountability community for my reading. Then I have another accountability community for book writing. Coach Annie, we have invited you to the Authors Forum.
Yes.
In fact, we had an Authors Forum yesterday. So we have Authors Forum once a month to create an accountability system for my book writing, so that I won't experience what I experienced before. Because after writing my first two books when I was in medical school, in 2000 and 2003, for 20 years, I never wrote a single book. Not 20 days, not 20 months, not 20 hours, 20 years. So I don't want that to happen to me. That's the power of accountability. It keeps you in the game.
Wow,
Yes.
that's amazing. That is amazing. Did you have a follow-up, partner?
How'd you know, partner?
I could tell.
I'm like, should I ask? So I do have two questions, but I know we're short on time. Dr. KoKu, I'm sure someone is asking, 11 books. How in the world can you read 11 books? What is that system? Really quickly, Dr. KoKu.
Yeah, well, for you to read 11 books, you have to start with one. So I started with one. So the system is called SOAR, and is inside of this book. I explain the system in this book. And SOAR is to soar like an eagle. So X, you have to start small. So just start with one book. I want to encourage everyone, if you have not been reading before, start with one book. Then O, make it obvious. So put the book somewhere you can see it. Then the A, make it automatic. So there are some habits that is already automatic in our life, like sleeping and eating. So make a statement that before breakfast, I'm going to read one page of the book. Or before I sleep, I'm going to read one page. That is how to make it automatic. You are pairing it with a habit that is already automatic. And the last one, R, make it realistic. Don't say, I'm going to finish this book in a week. No, you just started reading. So just say, I'm going to finish 7 pages in a week. So with that system, start with one book for 1 month. After 1 month, add another book. You don't have to read for the whole day. Just do 10 minutes. My goal is I have a primary book, I read 30 minutes, and the rest of the 10 books, I read 10 minutes per day. My goal is to read 5 minutes, one page in 5 minutes.
Wow. That's amazing.
That's great.
Before we take a quick break, I would like to read a comment again from Miss Io. She said, "Yep, lifetime commitment to learning and reading is key. Leaders improve themselves through commitment to daily growth."
Wow, that's awesome. Yeah,
That's
Doctor
beautiful.
is
Look
one
at
of
Yes.
that.
our
That is
He's
beautiful.
one of our leaders in the Land Global community.
Yes.
Yes, she
Dr.
is.
Io,
Yes, she
yes.
is. Okay, we will need to take a quick break. Dr. Kuku just shared one pillar from the book Lead Yourself, and that is act with accountability. When we return, we will talk about the second pillar that we've chosen from the book, but I will not tell you what it is. We will be right back to the Leader's Edge.
Do you want to grow a team of transformational leaders who can take your organization to the next level? Do you want to attract, retain, and develop top talent? Do you want to leverage generational insights and improve your employees' communication, interpersonal, and productivity skills? If your answer is yes to any or all of these, you are in the right place. Steve Steele and Ernie Dacumos, hosts of The Leader's Edge, are seasoned coaches and facilitators with Maxwell Leadership Team. They will leverage leadership content, tools, and resources to help turn your leaders into transformational leaders with influence and impact, so everyone wins. This highly effective program not only provides the knowledge and skills necessary to lead, coach, and communicate more effectively, but Steve and Ernie have resources available to impact others throughout your organization so that everyone can be led well. So contact us at pathtoleadersedge@gmail.com and let Steve and Ernie help grow your organization by creating an influence in which others want to engage.
Hey everyone, welcome back to the Leader's Edge. I'm your host, Steve Steele, along with my co-host, Ernie Dacumos, and our special guest today, Dr. Michael KoKu. That was an outstanding segment, Dr. Michael. We appreciate that so much. It was wonderful. I love your. We're going to talk about now another pillar, and this pillar is probably one of Ernie's favorite pillars. But I'm going to introduce it, okay,
Yes.
and get it started because I know Ernie's got a lot on this one. And I love this. I love this pillar. It's probably I have to be honest. If I think about it, it's probably one of my favorite ones as well. But I'm going to read something from the book. Quote, when dealing with people, remember, you're not dealing with creatures of logic, but with creatures of emotion. Dale Carnegie said that. Wow. That's pretty important. So we're going to be talking about this particular segment, emotional intelligence. Dr. Kuko, take us away, brother.
Wow. I'm glad you mentioned that quote, fan. And I'm glad you said it, that the Carnegie said that, so that people won't look at me that, oh, you are so smart. Look at what you said. We all know who Dale Carnegie is. He's not a stranger in the in human behavior. This man wrote a book, how to lead, how to win, how to make friends and influence people. I mean, this is a bestseller. And I love what is said, that when dealing with people, remember, you are not dealing with creatures of logic, but creatures of emotions. And if there's any hot topic, one of the hot topics now is emotional intelligence. And we live in a world, there's so many Qs. We have SQ, spiritual and quotient, intelligence quotient, listening quotient. In fact, there's curiosity quotient. So there's so many quotients. So emotional intelligence is so important. This is where leaders lead with empathy. And when we talk about emotional intelligence, it's all about understanding, managing and managing your own emotions. Because you understanding and managing is where the awareness comes from for you to relate with others. So we're dealing with emotional beings, emotional creatures. And that's why leaders need to be well emotionally intelligent. So we are moving away from the days of just IQ to EQ. The EQ right here is talking about emotional intelligence. So Daniel Goldman is someone that I've done so much in this field, and he really talk about this in this context of emotional intelligence. And I like what he said. And one thing that I wanted to maintain is leaders need to be more aware of
Yes.
of how others people feel.
Yeah.
it's most of the time, leaders can just be on task. Oh, yeah. But it's good to be on task. But when you just understand something, now let me just describe this thing so that let me give us some context. Face-to-face communication is in 3 levels. What people say, that's 7%. The second one is how they say it. That's the tone of voice. The first one is what people say is the word of mouth. The second one is how they say it. That is 38%. And the third one is the body language, what people see. Now, you can now look at it that verbal communication itself is 45%. Non-verbal is 55%. So a leader has to be conscious that the word of mouth is just 7%. So as a leader, we have to be aware of that when we are communicating with people. So emotional intelligence, one of the key factors is to listen to people. Now, at this point, let me just share what we call the 5 L's, the 4 L's of leadership. Now, the foundation of that is love. And that's the thing about love. I'm not just talking about all this kind of like crazy love that you cross boundaries. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about real love, unconditional love for the people that you lead. So you have to love the people. See, people can feel it when you love them. So the second one is listen. So because if you don't love someone, you can listen. Have you ever seen someone before that you don't love? You don't want to listen, even if you are in the room. Because listening is not being quiet. Listening is being present.
Yes.
And it's important for you. It's possible for you to be in a room and not be present. You can tune off. You can switch off when you don't like somebody.
Yes.
So you have to love. Now, love including loving someone that you don't, someone that you don't really agree with. But that love is based on you value the person for who the person is. You may not approve of what the person do, but you value the person because that person was made in the image of God. So you have to love the people that you lead. So then you need to listen to them. Then the next one is learn. Because as we love, we listen, then we can learn. Now, why do we need to get to that point of learning? Because you can lead people until you find them. And you can only find people when you learn where they are at. So you go you move from directing to connecting. Because connection is all about them. You have to find them where they are. So this is what emotional intelligence is all about. And one leader that really did that well, that I really talk about, was Abraham Lincoln.
Yes.
In the book of The Team of Rivals, he led the nation in the times of crisis, conflict, and change. Those 3 things are, if you want to know, you want to see how emotional intelligence works. Emotional intelligence does not operate in times of calm. It operates in times of storm. Anybody can sail the ship when the sea is calm.
Yes.
You know a real captain when there's a stormy scene. So emotional intelligence is best seen in times of crisis, conflict, and change.
I love that, Dr. KoKu. And as we already know, you love acronyms. You mentioned in the book, and I love that you talked about listen, because in the book you mentioned that listening is the secret weapon of a leader.
Right.
And
Yes.
alongside with that is an action plan with the same word, listen. You please go over the acronym listen.
Wow. That acronym is very, very, I love the acronym. But before that acronym, there was a story that I shared.
Yes.
About
Yes.
a man that has he has a donkey and he has a dog.
I love this. I love this story. I love this story. Tell the
yeah.
story, Dr. Kuko. Tell the story.
So this man was going with his mule and his donkey, and there was this weird man that was just racing with his car, and this car just hit the man that has a donkey and the dog, and all of them went into the ditch. So, and this weird man just came out of his car Number one, he was wrong. You just hurt three entity: a man, a donkey, and a dog. So he came out and he looked at the dog. That dog was injured, so he shot the dog. Then he came back again. He saw the donkey was injured. He shot the donkey. So he now came for the man and now said, "Are you okay?" The man said, "I'm okay," even though the man was injured. The man said, "I'm okay." So the case went to the court. The man sued the man that has the donkey, and the man sued him. So when they get to the court, and the prosecution counsel was saying, "Now, all I need from you is to tell me yes or no. At the time of the report, don't you said to my clients that you are okay?" Now watch this. The man never said yes or no. All the man was saying, as I was walking with my donkey and my dog, and the man said, no, Your Honor, all I asked is said yes or no.
Yeah.
Did you say you are okay? The man keep on repeating himself as I was going with my mule and my dog.
Yeah.
And now what's this? It was the whole court was in chaos.
Yeah.
But thank God for the judge.
Mhm.
This judge understand what we call listening. And the judge said, "I think this man is trying to say something. Can you just allow him to say what he wants to say?" And that's why he now shared the whole story that I started with. Everybody now realize the reason why the man said it's okay is that he doesn't want to be shot dead.
Right.
Yes.
Right.
So this is
Exactly.
what we get when we don't listen. So listening is
Mm.
very important. So in that listen action plan that I shared with the acronym LISTEN, the first one is L. Let others feel your interest.
Mm.
You see, it is better to be interested than to be interesting.
Mhm.
So to listen to someone, let others feel. Because how many times I was doing a mastermind and somebody and I was now sharing something that, how many times have you asked somebody, "How are you doing?" and you just walked away? And one of the person attending the mastermind, she worked for World Bank in Washington, D.C. And when we were debriefing, she said, "I am guilty of that."
Yeah.
Because she just said that, "Oh, Steve, how are you doing?" You don't even wait for Steve to tell you how you're doing. You just walked away.
Mhm.
And I said, anytime you ask, "How are you doing?" wait for at least 1 minute to get a response. So that shows you are really interested. So that's the L, the first action plan. Let others feel your interest. That means focus genuinely on that person. Let them know that you are really interested. Now, the second one is I. The I is inquire with thoughtful questions. You inquire with thoughtful questions. That means it's like when you are asking questions, so like, oh, ask the person that, "Can you tell me more about this?" Invite deeper sharing. "Can you tell me more?" Or the person just said something like, "What else? Tell me more." So you are inquiring
Yeah.
with thoughtful questions. And the next one is X. You need to stay fully engaged and attentive. You see, because there are three kinds of listening. There's no time to deal with that today. But the main thing I want to say is this. Because when you talk about three types of listening, there's active listening, there's mindful listening, and there's empathetic listening. So when you stay fully engaged, that means you're not looking anywhere else. You're not looking at your phone. You're looking at the person. Because the difference between listening and hearing is paying attention. So you're paying full attention. Like I talked about the other time about face-to-face communication. You miss out when you are not looking at the person. Because you need to get the 55% that is coming from the body language. Listening is not just hearing what people are saying, but hearing what they are not saying.
Yeah.
So that's why you have to stay fully engaged. So the next one is T. Test your understanding. That means you paraphrase. So by saying, "So what I'm hearing that you're saying is you trying to repeat the person to paraphrase. So you have to test your understanding so that the person can know that you are really listening. Because when we listen to people, it is therapeutic on its own. A lot of people, they just want to be listened. People that are looking for a leader that will listen. I used to work in Salvation Army. I have a little girl. Then I call her my big girl. She used to be in kindergarten then. So she would say that my mom would not listen. Even kids are frustrated. They are upset.
Yeah.
They are not
Yeah.
listened to.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the next one is E. Evaluate the deeper message. That means you want to really find out what is the speaker real purpose or emotion.
Mm.
So that is the place of evaluation. You want to find out the motive behind the thought. And the last one, which is N, is neutralize your agenda. If you want to be a good listener, you must have no agenda of your own.
That's right.
And I do that a lot when I'm doing coaching with any of my clients. I come there, even though I have something that I have on my plate, but that is not the primary thing.
Yeah.
I want to focus on the moment. One day I got a client and we were talking, and I just realized that something was not right, that there's something going through her mind. And she said, I'm glad you picked that up. So you have to neutralize your agenda.
Yes.
Be aside your viewpoint and focus on the person before you. That's it.
Dr. KoKu, why is it so important for leaders to really master what section in the book you called Mastering the Inner Storm? Self-awareness. Why does that matter so much? People are made up so much different than other people, but why does that matter?
You know what? The reason is this: awareness is the first key to change. There's a book I want to recommend for everyone to read. It's called The Self-Aware Leader by Dr. John Maxwell. You see, because if you don't master your inner thoughts, your inner storm, you need to be self-aware first. That's why one of the components of emotional intelligence is self-awareness. So you have to you because most of the time, a lot of people are just focused on the outside. They are not focused on the inside. So mastery begins with awareness, self-mastery.
Yes.
Because this is what personal leadership is about: self-mastery. And there are three things that are hard on heart. There are the three hardest things on heart. One of them is understanding yourself. Understanding yourself. So understanding self must be a lifetime education. You must take time. You see, a lot of people, we live in a world in which they don't want to be with themselves. I read a book by Terry Foy Savelle called The Alone Advantage. You see, being alone has an advantage. A lot of people, they don't even know who they are.
Yeah.
So they want to be with people, they just want to, but you have to spend time with yourself. Spending time with yourself help you to be self-aware, because you can make a change. You can make adjustment until you become aware. So when you become aware of something, you can now take ownership of it and then start making the necessary changes.
Yes. Beautiful.
For sure. Wow. Powerful. This is why I love demonstrate emotional intelligence. It's something that I'm working on at the moment. Obviously, you said this is a lifetime learning, right? And when you're not learning, you're not growing. So emotional intelligence is something that I am learning, relearning at the moment. We will need to take a quick break. Dr. KoKu just
Before
shared.
the break, can I keep in this thing? Just,
Yes.
I just want to say this. Most of the time, you want to have influence in life and all that. And I believe the greatest form of influence is what I call influence over tech. It's an acronym, TECH. T, influence over our time, influence over our emotion, influence over our character, and over our habits. This is really key. So think tech. Once you focus on tech, your time, your emotion, your character, your habits, you can influence the world.
Love it.
Valuable insights. Again, thank you so much, Dr. Kuku. And continuing my commercial outro, Dr. Kuku just shared pillar number 4, which is demonstrate emotional intelligence. When we come back, we will talk about pillar number 10. Again, I will not share it. You have to join us after the commercial. We will be right back to the Leader's Edge.
Yeah.
Are you ready to elevate your organization with a team of transformational leaders? Do you want to attract and nurture top talent while enhancing communication and productivity across generations? Hi, I'm Steve Steele, co-host of The Leader's Edge, and your coach with the Maxwell Leadership Team. My program equips leaders with essential skills and resources to lead, coach, and communicate effectively, ensuring everyone thrives. With tailored insights and proven strategies, I'm here to help your entire organization succeed. So reach out today at growthinleadership@gmail.com or visit johncmaxwellgroup.com/Steve Steele.
Do you ever find yourself battle with self-doubt? Or struggle with trusting in yourself? Or wishing that you have more self-confidence to go after what you truly want? My name is Ernie Dacumos, and I know what it feels like to shrink, second guess, and silence yourself. But I also know that you don't have to stay there. You have the power within you to rise, own your story, and step into the confident version of yourself. Through Confidently You LLC, I help women just like you break free from self-doubt and build the courage to thrive in both life and leadership. Together, we will uncover strategies, tools, and mindset shifts to transform the way you see yourself. And if you're ready to stop shrinking and start shining, I would love to help you. Visit me today at confidentlyu.club. Because I am a firm believer that confidence isn't just for some people, it is for you.
Hey everyone, welcome back to The Leader's Edge. I'm Steve Steele with my co-host Ernie Dacumos and our special guest today, Dr. Michael KoKu. Dr. KoKu, brilliant stuff. I absolutely love it. Your book is so great. Your book is so great. And hey, everybody, listen. Go get the book. You can get it on Amazon.com. Go out, get the book. Ernie's holding it up right there. Go get it. It's not a long read. It's very easy read, and it has full of illustrations. And it's a wonderful book. You'll grasp every moment of it as you're reading it. So Dr. KoKu, brilliant job writing it. I absolutely loved it. But we're going to talk about the last pillar that we're going to talk about
partner.
today.
Partner. Before we're plugging this, before we get started, there's a comment.
Okay.
On the chat by Adetayo Adewolu, and it's noted, very good book, well explained with a lot of examples. Yes. Very good book, well explained with a lot of examples, emphasis on a lot of examples. So yes, definitely, we agree.
The person you just mentioned now, what I didn't tell you is currently we're having a mastermind on this book. And brilliant, Mr. Adetayo is one of the person, and this man is very brilliant, very intelligent, and the way people eat that book before they come to the class, wow, they just love the book. They say, wow, this, and I tell like, wow, did I really wrote this book? Because I'm just humbled. I'm humbling.
Yes.
Of the kind of wisdom, and I just appreciate that time, so just the privilege to go over the book with some other people that are hungry.
Yes, absolutely. I mean, we're going to talk about the 10th pillar in the book, and this is the pillar on perseverance. It's probably one of my favorite ones because this is the hard work. This is where the hard work. Newt Gingrich said, perseverance is hard work you do after you get tired of doing the hard work you already did.
Yes.
Isn't that so true, right?
Yeah.
That is so true. So Dr. KoKu, dive in with us on perseverance, brother.
Well, the analogy to this, I'll just share with this. Someone said, when you are fighting a gorilla, you don't stop when you get tired. You stop when the gorilla fights tired. Life is like a gorilla,
Yeah.
So you don't stop. As a leader, you need to understand the power of perseverance. So a leader must be able to persevere through challenges.
Mm-hmm.
It's so important because, and this is a daily thing. It's not just
Right.
a lot of times people just talk about leadership as if it is a certification. Leadership is not a certification.
No.
Leadership is not all about having certificate. In
Mhm.
fact, leadership is a license that is renewable every day.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
And
Right.
because leadership is earned on difficult ground. And one of the difficult ground is persevere. And now perseverance is what separates the Allied force from the Nazi. It was through perseverance that they were able to overcome the Nazi forces. And
Yeah.
that is the grit and the wit that is required.
Mm-hmm.
So, and this is why I share the story of Nelson Mandela in this chapter. Nelson Mandela is a leader that's demonstrated this perseverance.
Mhm.
Because when it is easy, it's not leadership. Leadership is uphill, and everything that is up worthwhile is uphill. So leadership is an uphill task. Most of the time people just see leadership as a license for doing nothing. No, leadership is not a license for doing nothing. Leadership is a commitment for making things happen. And as a leader, you need to learn to persevere through challenges. Now, look at that word. You persevere through challenges. You persevere through challenges. Now, you need to see something. Now, let me give this context. Many people at times, when you ask them, "Oh, how are you doing?" "I'm going through it. I'm going through it. I'm going through it." There are two kinds of people in life: people that are going through it and people that are growing through it.
Going through it.
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
You see, as long as you are going through it, you remain in the tunnel. Have you ever driving in a tunnel before? You wish you can come out of the tunnel. You
Mm-hmm.
driving. How long is it gonna take? How
Yeah.
long is it gonna take?
Yes.
That's
Yeah.
what people that are going through it. But when you are going through it, it's all about growth. Because you can solve a problem when you remain at the same level when the problem was created. So,
Mm.
what make a leader to persevere through challenges is growth. Is growth. So that's why, in order to persevere through challenges, a leader must continue to grow every day.
Yeah.
Every day. Because it's not just the going, it is the growth that makes the going great. So this
Mhm.
is why, great leaders, they use every opportunity to learn, to grow. They are so hungry. One of the leaders I'm looking at now is Dr. John Maswell. This man is really hungry. He's still reading, he's still learning
He's
every day.
learning AI.
He told us in the last IMC that they just certified him that he's not going to have dementia. Why? The brain cells are not on vacation.
Yes.
That's
Because
right.
the brain cells are being engaged. So, because
Mhm.
learning creates new parts in your
Yeah.
brain,
Yes. Yes.
new
Yes.
synapses. So, this is why persevering through challenges is one of the way to lead yourself.
Mhm.
Because when you
Yeah.
persevere through challenges, you don't yield to feelings. It's not how you feel, it's what you need to do. So that's
Mhm.
why it's so important. Leaders have to persevere through challenges. And to do that,
Mhm.
leaders must keep growing and keep
Right.
going. Yeah.
Right.
Ooh.
Wow.
Dr. Kuku, I would love for you to share your story in the same chapter. There's a section there which is at the very beginning, from the white coat to a life coach. Can you please share that journey with our viewers and listeners?
Wow, that was it. That was a long story. Let's just cut it short.
Yes, make it short.
So I'm trained as a physician, and
Mhm.
my own training is just like the the form of the our training is we've been meant to told that we are the head of the medical team and all that. So when I read John Maxwell book in 1999, 2000, I saw that, wow, I have a lot of work to do and to grow in my leadership. So I stopped practicing medicine 17 years ago. So after transition, I came to America. I was working in Salvation Army. But when I left Salvation Army in 2020, I joined the Maxwell leadership. And I know that this leadership for me is not just something I teach others. It's a life that I live. And I've written so many books on leadership. So what I begin to do, I begin to persevere through challenges and of really navigating a new field entirely from what I was trained. That's from white coat. And as many people thought I was weird, and how can you live, in fact, I still met a friend of recently came from Canada. We connected. He came to do something in my city, Philadelphia. So I took him. So it was just like, wow, you're really doing a lot of stuff. It can't really process my transition from white coat to a life coach. It was just like doing that. But the good thing about me is I make up my mind that I want to serve others well in this field. I don't want to be a mediocre. I want to really become relevant. I want to change lives. And I'm glad we're doing that now. And that perseverance, transitioning from that white coat to life coach led to starting the Lamb Global Community. And this is 2 years ago. And we've been able to do 10 global conferences. Coach Ernie and Coach Steve, they are great, two of our great speakers in the last conference that we have. So, because I believe so much in what Ellen Keller said. Ellen Keller said something. He said, life is an exciting business, and it's most exciting when live for others. So, and that's the motivation behind everything I do is in order to serve, to make a difference. Way back 2 months ago, I created an academy called Light Academy. That's also an acronym. And light means like-minded individuals, and growing higher together. And every day there's new content, for the people in the academy. So this persevering through challenges is really great because it's really challenging for me to navigate from a white coat to a life coach. And there's so many things I have to go through. But one thing that remain on my mind is why. My why is so clear. My why can be spelled with the HOPE acronym. And because my business is called Experiencer Manifold Concept, and HOPE is helping other people excel. I love to see other people excel. Now, let me just share this really quick. This just happened yesterday. So I have one of the person that I'm mentoring. She's also in Maxwell leadership. I know she might be hearing now because she's a hungry learner. She lives in Germany. So she was about to go and do a presentation yesterday. For a big national in South Africa. And she just shared with me, and I just gave her some ideas. And wow, she went there and wowed the whole place. She sent me a 90-minute clip of what she shared yesterday.
Wow.
And I said, you are the hero in your own story.
Yeah.
I'm just privileged to be a guide. So those are the kind of stories that
for sure
wake me up. That's one of the reasons why I wake up every day, to see that whose life can I change today. Yeah,
absolutely.
Beautiful. Beautiful, Dr. KoKu. This is an amazing episode of The Leader's Edge, and I'm sure our viewers and our listeners are wondering, what are you currently working on, and how can people connect with you and also get a copy of your book, Dr. KoKu?
Yeah, thank you so much. I'm always working on something, if you know me.
I'm not surprised.
Right now, personally, I'm working on I'm working on a project right now. The project I'm working on right now is how to really leverage communities, how to leverage systems. So I'm more intentional about that in creating more systems that can serve people. Like we create system in Authors Forum and train. So I want to create more systems where people can learn easily. I'm so big about learning. So currently, I'm working on a book on quotes, and that's the volume 2. And it's going to come out before the end of this year. Insightful Quote Volume 2. Then we also working on Parents Empowered Annual Global Conference for Parents and Guidance, and it's coming up December 20, hosted by the LAM Global Community. Also, there's some other initiatives I'm working on. I'm working on how to bring the Live to Lead to people.
Yes.
And because one thing that people say when I do Live to Lead development experiences, it's not just about the speaker that they listen to, but the way I facilitate it. So I want to bring it to so many organizations, and I want to do it virtually, in person, because I believe that when people are exposed to leadership, they have an opportunity to expand their world and change their world.
Absolutely.
Gotcha.
Well, Dr. KoKu, thank you so very much. And hey, Ernalita, sneak peek next Thursday on the Leader's Edge, our great guest, Nina Majlik, marketing coach, business strategist, international speaker, energy healer, founder and CEO of Healing Millions. And we're going to talk about Healing Millions, a global movement to healing humanity. So don't miss this episode of the Leader's Edge. And as always, Dr. KoKu, thank you so much for everything. You're simply amazing.
Yes, and
wow, yeah, they can find the book on
I'm not
Amazon.
here.
So the book is
Yes,
available.
they can find the
The
book
hard
on
copy and
Amazon.
the e-copy on Amazon. Yeah.
Yes, and just a reminder, you can find the Leader's Edge on Apple Music, Spotify, now on YouTube and iHeartRadio. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you to all of our listeners and friends, because without you, the Leader's Edge would not be possible. We are excited and grateful that you are here right now, but we are also more excited to connect with you next time. But for now, bye.
Bye, everyone.